This is the Verome dockyard in Cove, County Cork. The workers there are highly skilled, many of them trained in Holland. The ships they build are renowned for the quality of their craftsmanship, but on Thursday night last, when we visited the shipyard, the men weren't building ships because, having finished their normal day's work, they'd stayed on at the yard to do more work. They were giving their time and energy, free of charge, to help old people in Kilkenny, over 100 miles away. These Cork men are members of a group of voluntary workers called Christian Community Action, or CCA. The work they're doing is for Freshford, a small village of 1,300 people, 9 miles from Kilkenny. This old disused schoolhouse is being renovated and converted into a home for old people. The building of the home, everything from knocking enormous lumps of limestone out of the walls to putting in an extra floor, has been done by voluntary workers from Freshford itself, from the surrounding Kilkenny area, and from places as far away as Donegal and Cork, and this is where the men in Verome come in. Part of their work in CCA involves travelling around the country to give their skilled help wherever it's needed, and at the moment they're giving a hand with the tricky part of the Freshford project, the things the other volunteers aren't equipped to do. Sister Patricia and Sister Beatrice are two nuns who, in the course of their social work in Freshford, have begun to realise that because of age, illness or loneliness, many of the old people in the area shouldn't have to live on their own in remote rural areas, and neither should they have to go to county homes where they might well feel even lonelier. So it was decided to build a home for them in Freshford within their own community. They decided to renovate the old schoolhouse, but to do it professionally would have cost £18,000. So they tried voluntary workers instead. What have they done to this old schoolhouse so far?
It's being utilised as a home for elderly people.
An actual home
for elderly people. Yeah. Yes, we hope when it's complete we'll be able to accommodate 12. They'll have 12 individual rooms. This was a very high building, as you see from the front. So our voluntary workers have done tremendous work on it because, as you see, it's cut limestone. So they had to knock all these out with chisels and hammers, and it was all done at night time. They'll have a complete bed sitting room.
For themselves?
They'll have their independence, yes. They'll have cooking facilities. If they're capable, they can have their own morning meal and evening meal. We'll provide a midday meal for them.
I see.
We'll have downstairs, we'll have a recreation room and a dining room. Upstairs, 6 bedrooms and the bathroom.
And I think you're going to build out the back as well, are you?
At the back, there will be a new kitchen and 6 rooms, bedrooms on the flat.
The amount of work that's been done here is quite remarkable because it's all voluntary help, is it?
All voluntary help.
Well, now, who are the people who have done this?
Local people, mostly. We have one man, bricklayer, who's been coming out from Kilkenny also, and a man from a neighbouring parish from Johnstown. He has been coming in 3 nights a week, and as you see, it was done at night time and on Saturdays.
You're having voluntary workers coming up from Cork over the Easter weekend. Well, now, what's the need for this? Are there not enough voluntary workers in Freshford or in the Kilkenny area?
Yes, well, we had come to the stage here when we needed professional people, when we needed tradesmen like plasterers and carpenters and such like. So we asked Father Duffy if they could do anything for us. He got in touch with his voluntary group in Cork, and they said they would be delighted to help out. So they're making the wardrobes and units for us in Cork. They're bringing them here on Holy Saturday and coming Saturday night, and they'll work Sunday and Monday.
We were in Freshford on the Tuesday of last week. On the Thursday we went to Cork, where we found the Verome dockyard a hive of activity, as the voluntary workers got everything ready for installation in the Freshford schoolhouse over the Easter weekend. 14 of them were travelling up on Saturday to spend the weekend working on the project, and accommodation and food were to be provided free of charge by local people, as is the custom on all CCA projects. Next week another group will arrive from Cork to take up where they left off. Dominic, what are you at down here?
I'm just putting last check up on the unit, the vanity unit.
What sort of a unit is this?
It's a vanity unit, with cupboards and wash basin.
And what's this behind us here?
It's a wardrobe, double wardrobe with a series of shelves, and there'll be coat hangers.
I see. How many of these are you making completely?
We've made 7 wardrobes and 9 vanity units.
And they're all going up to Kilkenny? Are you travelling up with them?
I am, yes, not on the second turn.
Oh, are there 2 lots of people going?
Yeah.
And what will be involved up there? Is it just installing these, or is there more to be
installing
done?
those, there's more to be done, all right.
What else?
There's partitions to be erected and ceilings to be erected. There's a big recreation room, you know.
Yeah,
and,
I've seen that.
the recreation, there's acoustic tiles going on the recreation ceiling,
And that's all your job?
That we'll get around to it anyway.
Good heavens. Well, listen, what is it that makes you come in here after work and do this kind of thing?
I'd say there's Father Hugh Duffy myself. I don't know, it was marvellous. We get a wonderful response, really. We must have had about 30 different joiners and 4 nights.
Just people,
4
all people
nights
who work?
completed this, the whole lot of the function.
The whole 9 units?
Yeah.
Are they all people who work here during the day?
Yes.
What do you do yourself?
I'm doing foreman joining.
I see. So you're doing the same kind of work, are you, that
Oh,
you'd be
yes.
doing during the
Oh,
day
yes,
anyway?
more or less.
Do you find that a bit boring, doing the same thing at night?
Well, not really, you know. I don't think so. If we, you know, I find that when the lads aren't getting paid for it, they seem to be much harder at work.
What do you do during the day here in the dockyard?
I'm in charge of machines.
Machines?
Yes.
Just here in this
Just here in this apartment,
Yeah.
yes.
Well, now, how many evenings a week do you come to work for this project?
About 2 evenings.
I see.
So, two evenings, yes. We're kind of working at the moment for the dockyard for the other 2 evenings.
On ordinary
On ordinary,
overtime?
yes, on
And the other
overtime.
2 evenings then you're in here. Why do you do it?
Well, I suppose it's a good cause, and my mother is 77 herself, and perhaps if I wasn't at home, or my brothers, well, I'd like to have someone help my mother. I think people at that age would want to be helped.
Dan, what are you doing here?
Oh, we're getting those cabinets ready for Father Duffy for some job in Kilkenny.
Well, what exactly is this cabinet here?
Well, this is actually covered with, it's connected with a wardrobe. You see, they put the 2 of them in the one room.
Are you going to go up to Kilkenny to install it?
Oh yes, I'll go up all right. Yes.
Have you been travelling before with the group?
Yes, we have travelled before. I've been up in Sligo for the handicapped, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And I've been down Castlemartyr too for the school. We were preparing the classrooms and the concert halls and things like that. It was general work, like for the
Tell me,
pupils down there, you see.
what makes you give up your free time to do this kind of thing?
Well, I don't know. It's hard to say, really, I suppose. The way I look at it sometimes, that well, you've got nothing better to do sometimes, and you could waste it all. You know, you could waste your time more at times. So I felt, and it's really for a good cause.
4 years ago, Father Hugh Duffy helped build homes for young couples in Glencolmkill. When he came to Cork, he founded Christian Community Action.
Well, it's a form of Christian witness, which is practical and meaningful in today's terms, not like the cloud cuckoo world Christianity that has been used to in the past.
Yeah. Well, what in this particular case, we're here in the Varone Dockyard now.
Yeah.
Does this comprise the whole group of Christian Community Action?
No. It certainly comprises the nucleus. We have about 200 volunteers from the dockyard, I would say. But we have lots of other volunteers throughout Ireland. But what's unusual about this particular group is that they're all skilled workers, carpenters, plumbers, electricians and so forth.
Well, what difference does that make to the kind of work they do? I mean, what is it that distinguishes them from other voluntary groups?
Well, the fact that they're all skilled workers and that they are prepared to give their time free and skill free to a worthy cause is something, I think, very distinctive.
Well, you've been involved in other projects. You've built a place in Sligo and you've restored part of Castlemartyr. What made you think that this would work? I mean, what was it that made you think that these men would be willing to do it?
Well, I suppose I had the belief, if you like, that Christianity is something worth presenting to people, and it is worth asking people to do this type of work for a really worthy cause, and I just took the chance and asked them, and they responded.